New Wilmington's local newspaper, The Globe, has found a new voice through the poetic hands of its freshman owner, Frank Parrish. The self-proclaimed bard of Volant has been ranting and raving about almost nothing at all, yet the message he sends seems to say it all. His weekly column, which is entitled the same as his nickname, has been capturing the creativity of all those who read it.
I started writing a column for the paper 3 or 4 years ago, and I wrote for about 2 years and was here for about a year and a half when the previous owner, Dave Hughes, decided to retire. And so I bought the paper in June of 2007. So it's about half a year as the owner.
Why did you come to the Globe?
I needed a job. They had an Adner Classified, so the rest is history in the making, we hope. Yeah.
With his past article marking the 104th of his short, small-town career, he takes pleasure in knowing that his words bring smiles to at least some of the faces who read it. And it's also not so bad whenever the Globe is in the green either.
I think the paper has picked up our personalities more. We've had a number of comments, people thanking us for the change in the paper. I said, so all we can say basically is you're welcome. Because we haven't done anything from a technical point of view other than, well, a few things maybe, but we were heading in that direction anyway. We try to do a lot more pictures. We try to keep it family-oriented. But other than that, I think what people are noticing in the paper as far as change is just our personalities. My favorite aspect of the paper is that we can pay the bills and get a paycheck, which it doesn't always happen. No, really, the truth is my favorite aspect of the paper is when we put out a paper that creatively really nails it for us. That's probably the greatest satisfaction for me.
His colorful past has made him the man he is today, and abstract experiences have also helped mold his creatively original yet skewed view on life's little inconveniences, exemplified by his column.
I did pastor for 20-some years. I was on staff at a church. It's now Victory Christian Center. Prior to that, it was Living Word Fellowship. I was in a band in the early days. I was in the first Christian band in this area. We were called New Jerusalem back then. This was in '72. We opened for some pretty, back then, what, if you're familiar with early Jesus people music, we opened for some names. I mean, we were pretty close to, we had to make the decision, do we want to do this or not? Because we could have probably taken it to another level. But we decided not to. And, so music has always been a big part of my life, still is. But that's sort of my background, music and pastoring, and now this. It's always been a creative path for me.
Ironically, his former days of praying and donut eating with a pastor pal took place in the same building as the Globe newspaper headquarters occupies today. Possibly, it was a sign of things to come. Norman Rockwell, a man Parrish mentions frequently, once said, "The secret so many artists living so long is that every painting is a new adventure. So you see, they are always looking ahead to something new and exciting. The secret is not to look back." As Parrish is nearly a year and 5 months removed from his weekly column citing a search for sanity and new material, the only question that remains is when will the minstrel of New Wilmington bring the color back to the black and white print of the Globe? I'm Matt Ogden, reporting for Titan Radio News.